Hey yo, what's up? It's Noah, you're watching Ambiguity, and it's Sunday. So, this week's topic is something that is kind of personal, of course, and it's about your dysphoria. I'm currently in my garden, so a lot of background noises. God, looks so weird. This lighting is just not working. Fuck this shit. I'm moving. So, this is our garden. They're all daffodils. Anyways, see you in a bit. Alright, so I moved to a different spot. I'm looking into the sun, not directly, but it's there. Back to the topic. Just a quick disclaimer before I start this video. Dysphoria is different for everyone, and it doesn't make you any less or more trans if you have more or less dysphoria. Like I said, it's different for everyone. This is just my perspective and my experience with it, and yeah, that's just one thing. Another thing is that if you don't know what dysphoria is, then I'll give some examples of how I feel dysphoric. Also, trigger warning, I'm gonna talk about genitalia, and if you're not comfortable with that, then click away right now. And I'm gonna talk about dysphoria, obviously, so if you don't want to hear about that, also click away. This is your chance. So, my dysphoria, it's just this feeling of discomfort and disconnection of my gender identity and the rest of my body. It's different from like being insecure about, you know, if you want to have more muscles or if you feel like you have a fat ass or something. It's knowing that you were supposed to have different body parts or different genitalia or different body shape, like completely different. And for some people, that's just for me, right? So for some people, their dysphoria is different. And it's just about their chest, which is also valid. But for me, it's the feeling that I know I was supposed to have a different body, that I was supposed to be male assigned at birth, which I'm not. So yeah. So for some examples, like for example when I take off my shirt and my binder in the evening before I go to bed, then I realize that I have, you know, stuff in my chest area, which sucks. And I know that's not how it was supposed to be. Like, it feels very weird. Like, I know my true body is underneath those things, and there are these weird fat lumps over it, you know? So that's one thing. And also another thing is that the realization that I don't have a penis. Yeah, that's just such a weird feeling. Like, because of course, like, how can you not realize you don't have a penis? But for me, most of my life I didn't think about what was going on down there. Like, I would just ignore it. I would think like, I wish there was nothing there, really. Or now that I'm out, I'm more open to those thoughts. I realize that I don't have a penis, really. Because I never thought about that, really. And so yeah, that's another thing, and that just makes me feel sad and trapped, almost. Like, there's no place I can go to or run to get rid of that feeling, you know? Like, my body is always with me. It's always there. There's no escaping it. Also, another example of my dysphoria is when I hear myself talk. Sometimes I don't want to talk at all because I hate my voice and it's too high. Oof. See, there I go. And I'm like, fuck, I'd rather not talk than talk, you know? And sometimes when I, you know, go to a party and I have a few beers and smoke a cigarette, then my voice the next day will be lower than normal, which I'm super happy about, and I go out in public and feel really confident. And this happened to me like so many times before I realized I was trans, and I didn't know why I felt that way, but now I know, of course. But yeah. So that's anyways, one of the things. So that's another thing, and sometimes when I look in the mirror I just see my face and I feel like, oh shit, it looks so... like I see all those feminine features. So I'm just changing lighting here. And that makes me really sad and just like, fuck, you know, like I wish it was different. I wish I was more square-faced or less, you know, full over here, or have thicker eyebrows. So these are all examples that I have when I'm mostly alone. But I also feel dysphoric when I'm around certain people or in a certain situation, like going into a bathroom or a changing room in a gym, for example. Because I use the men's bathroom and changing rooms in my gym. And every time I go in, I'm always afraid that people might see or do something or say something, and most of the time nothing happens. And I'm really grateful, well, I'm not grateful for that because it shouldn't happen, but I'm happy that nothing happens. Going into these gendered public spaces makes me just like, fuck, I just wish there was a gender neutral bathroom and no one would question my gender identity. Because I just want to fucking pee and change into different clothing, and that's all. I don't want to be reminded that I'm trans. So yeah, that's another thing. And also when I'm meeting new people, I'm really afraid that they might misgender me, and yeah, that's just sucky, you know, like, because I'm again reminded of the fact that I'm trans. So yeah, those are some examples of my dysphoria. So how to deal with all this shit, because I try to deal with it in my way, and it might not help for others, but this is what I do when I feel dysphoric. Well, first of all, I try to let myself feel what I'm feeling and really, you know, acknowledge that feeling. I cry when I need to, and after I do that, I remind myself that this is temporary, that pain is temporary, and one day I'll wake up as myself and look in the mirror and recognize myself and not having this shitty feeling anymore. I also try to surround myself with people who love me and support me, and that's something everyone should do, I think, because it's amazing. Also people that validate you, use the right pronouns, try to help you where they can, and I do have those people. I'm very lucky to have those people in my life, so that's another thing. And talk to them, you know, when you feel shit, talk to them, and if you have trans friends, they will understand, and also if you have good cis allies, then they also will help you get through this. You're not alone, obviously. Another thing I do is I listen to music. I have a special Spotify playlist, I put it down below. Some songs that make me feel more confident, that kind of have this message of you'll get there, you know, it's gonna be alright. So yeah, that helps. And that's all I do, really. Yeah. Sometimes it helps to change my outfit, like my clothing. Sometimes I feel like I'm gonna wear something, for example, like skinny jeans, and then I look in the mirror and then I feel very dysphoric about my hips, and then I'm like, fuck this shit, I'm not gonna wear skinny jeans, I'm gonna wear baggy clothes. Yeah, that's another thing I do. Wear stuff that kind of hide the fact that I have a very curvy body. And it also makes me feel more happy because I like those clothes, so yeah. And yeah, I bind my chest, which helps, and I wear, or I have a packer. And if you don't know what a binder is, it's a compression top which you put on, and it, you know, flattens your chest, and it really helped me. It still does. And then I wear a packer because I really like it. I really like the way it looks, I really like the way it feels. So yeah, that's another thing I do. Oh, and a packer is a penis prosthetic which you put in your pants, if you didn't know. Alright, that's it for this week. If you have any questions or experiences you want to share, put them down below. If you think differently about the way I think about dysphoria or whatever, leave it down below. And yeah, all my social media links will be in the description. And I guess that's it. See you guys later. Ciao.